Yeah, I guess I'm a planner and I
Okay.
like to have everything kind of set out. I guess you never know what jobs are going to come up and when and if you're going to get them, particularly between pre-reg and band six. It's not like you finish your pre-reg and there'll be enough band six jobs available at that time for you to carry on and get them. Um, so yeah, I was very panicked. And I just thought I'll just go for it. I'll just go for the first one that came up. And like I did some research about the hospital and it seemed like really interesting. They had an oncology unit, big aseptics unit. And it wasn't too far from Brighton, my hometown. So I thought, I can kind of travel back and forth. Yeah. But I don't.
It can be quite hard because you're right. Jobs come out at different times, and you can't. You're at a point where you're like, okay, well, I can make that application. I can accept the job, and quite a few trainee pharmacists do reach out to me and say, well, actually, I've been accepted here, but this job has now come up, and I feel is it unprofessional for me to say yes to this organization, and then in the meantime, I'm interviewing elsewhere because that job looks really good and it's actually what I really wanted, but it's challenging with the time. And because you don't know when the hospitals are generally going to put those adverts out,
Yeah.
you kind of want to secure a place. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to secure a job at the end of the day? And people know there is competition, because if you wait too long, you then get put into a position where you kind of do need to take whatever job then comes up because all the places have been taken.
Exactly.
And financially, I think each year, each hospital does struggle in terms of how many band sixes they can recruit. At the same time, I think recently there have been more jobs than less because they've been upgrading band sixes to band seven roles, because band sevens have left hospital and kind of gone out to the world of GP land or to kind of, primary care in whatever form. And that way band sixes have been promoted into band seven jobs, which have then released a lot more band six positions. So the junior pharmacists are quite fortunate from that perspective. My opinion on that is different because I just feel like sometimes we promote people a little bit too early. But again, I've only got 11 years experience, but back when I was training, there was no way that would happen.
Yeah.
And things are starting to evolve where you're having to put people into positions where they might not be quite ready, but you expect them to up their game and get themselves mentally prepared and ready for more responsibility and more opportunity. And it's good. Like in some ways, if you've got a pharmacist who's self-sufficient and independent and takes responsibility and they're accountable, they'll do what they need to in order to get into that position. But if someone's not quite ready and you don't have the resource to train, then you put your team into a position where you've got someone who might struggle a little bit in that role.